What is going on, guys? MG2005 Gunner here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Gundam Schwarzritter from the Gundam Build Fighters Amazing Ready manga. So this is essentially the successor of the Cathedral and the predecessor of the Denial. Although the three look pretty much the same, this is gonna pop on your shelf because of the jet black and gold color scheme. Although you guys may want to repaint the gold to more like a brownish gold, I really don't mind of this because yeah, I'm lazy, I admit. But then also I'm really glad with the metallic yellow or gold that it comes with. But to each their own, I guess. And then this carries more of like a knight theme, of course, because it is called Ritter. And to be honest, the final straight build product is pretty good looking. Well, the build process, yeah, is basically the same as the Denial. I would admit it is kind of repetitive, but during the build process you just need to really take a close look at the instruction manual and you'll be fine. So I will not say that this kit is beginner friendly, but I think, in my opinion, beginners can handle it. So for stickers, you have the forehead camera supposedly, but when I was trying to glue this piece on, it fell off multiple times and I need to redo it over again, and then it ripped out the sticker. It's just my problem though, so don't blame the sticker. And then you have blue eyes under the goggles here, and then you have white ones over here, the small gray ones in the shoulders, and then you have hideous black ones that need to fold over surfaces here, and then you have 4 gray ones for the vents on the legs, white ones over here, gray ones on the feet, and I believe that is it. So a few problems I have with building this kit. Of course, the jewel piece I mentioned, it fell off a lot of the time, but then what makes gluing this even more challenging is the goggles are actually pegged into the jewel, so I need to make sure that no glue enters the goggles so that it will not cover up the eyes. And basically this part fell off a lot of the time even though I glued it, so I need to rinse and repeat, and that doesn't bode well for me, does it? But now it is fine. And then I need to glue on these 2 spike bits because they are pegged on the same way as the flame effect parts of the Denial, and that means it is pretty loose. But anyways, that's all the details for the Schwarzritter. For the articulation, it is basically the same as the Denial. The head is on a plastic ball joint and is on a neck joint inside the collar. The arms are on super tight joints. This is one of the problems I have already because I broke this one already, so I switched it out with the Denials. Thankfully they're on the same frame, so the joint is super tight. So what happened is the joint in here broke, but the problem is no matter how gentle you are, the joint will stress and may eventually break. So it isn't my behavior, it is just the overall design of the Denial Gundam's frame. But anyways, it can still rotate until collision occurs, and then the chest can pop out a little bit just to allow the arm for coming out. And then a little piece here can move so that the arms can go out that far. They rotate above the elbow. There's a double jointed elbow, pretty good. And then the stomach is on a polycap ball joint, which feels a lot more tighter than the Denial I have. And then the waist is just so. Front skirts, barely any significant difference in the movements. Side skirts are pegged on the thighs, which has a joint here, and then a ball joint at the skirt. The back skirt moves for once. The legs can do the funky dance And then they can go forwards a little bit, backwards, okay. To the side, it really depends on how you place these. So if you place it like this, it can go out all the way. Rotation at the thigh, a double jointed knee, and then the foot armor over here can move, and then the ankles, there's a polycap in here and it is connected on a ball joint. But with all those joints there, it doesn't really come into effect. And then the wings. The wings can move in and out on the base. They can rotate at the base. They can pivot up and down here. These vent covers move and then these pieces move. So all in all, the top body articulation is fantastic, but the lower body, especially the feet, really leaves something to be desired. Same thing with the denial, especially when this is a martial arts Gundam. Really disappointing for the bottom bit.
Everybody do the flop!
So for the accessories, I have my instruction manual beside me because I do not bother to remember any German names. So first off, you have the Windloch, or however that's pronounced. So what this is basically is a sword in which the blade is made by mixing minute pieces of plastic with liquid metal. A terrible lot of effort into making a very good looking sword. So how to hold it? What Bandai gave you is a new set of holding hands with a peg inside them. So what you need to do, as usual, crack open the hand covers, and then there is a hole in the handle, so you peg it into the hand. And there you go. But really, the Windloch does not really require any assistance in holding it up because it is just a lightweight sword. Looks good either way. The second thing is the Fugal Messer. So let me remove this blade here. So what you need to do is to take off the wings, depending on how many you use, but usually I take both of them off. And then you peg it into the handle and angle it. So now the wings are swords. Pretty good looking. And then finally you have the Buster Sword, the Gundam Schwarzritter. So what you need to do is to use both of the blades or the wings and peg it into this larger handle. I don't know how this is made. Probably made by combining the two, but there are no two handles over here, so yeah, I really don't quite know. And also, if you're pegging it in, I recommend you move one of the blades outwards before you peg on the second one. And what they did here is basically made little like friction tabs over here, so you can tab them together. So now here is the Gundam Schwarzritter. So this is what requires the extra assistance because it is quite heavy for a single gunpla. But the Schwarzritter can hold it with no problem at all. And then the instruction manual tells you to use another handle of the Windloch for assistance. So here it is. And then basically position the arms and then connect both of the handles together. Of course, you will need to fiddle around a little bit to basically angle everything to the angle you really want. And there you have it. But I feel like there's not enough oomph to the sword. So what I would like to do is to open up the air vents over here. to give it more kind of like an aesthetic. But I guess, yeah, to each their own. Two more things. First off, the small handles can be stored on the back skirt, just like this. The large handle can also be stored in the back skirt, but it will be ill-advised as the hilt would collide with this gigantic piece and may potentially snap the peg. Final thing, other than the fists and the holding hands that it comes with, you get a set of open hands with the knuckle joint, and also a set of karate chop hands. So that's all the accessories for the Black Knight. Before I do any comparisons, there are a ton, literally a ton of extra parts. First off, you have the original holding hands, which came with, build burning, try burning, Kamiki burning, and denial. So if you do not want the pegs inside the hands, you can give him these. Although the palm molding is a little bit different. And then you essentially get all the parts to make a jet black denial Gundam, which I will not maybe I'll show them here. And these are just parts. And also you have the build burning backpack. So of course I have to bring in the denial Gundam for comparison. Of course the build quality is totally different because the denial is like, what, 2 years old, 3 years old? I don't know, but I built it right as it came out. And to be honest, I prefer this color scheme on the denial, which you can make, by the way. And of course you can use these two kits for kit bashing. All the parts of the denial can be fitted onto the Schwarzritter, and vice versa. So that is going to be the review of the hybrid Gundam Schwarzritter. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think of this guy? If you have read the manga, what do you think of it? And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more gaming videos, model reviews, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to Ultra Prime A70S Percentage and Plow Model Productions if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys. Bye bye.